Hello everybody, Robin here at Toadstool Tarot, and I got a surprise in the mail today. I had ordered off of Etsy this cool little toadstool tote bag for my tarot decks. And I also, it's satin lined. I also, it looks like it can fold out to be a spread cloth too. Interesting. I also got this deck from Benjamin Allan Simon. It's the Spectrowhirl Tarot. And this is a deck that my grandmother would have described as quite loud. You might have to put on sunglasses. The colors in this deck are almost fluorescent, if not fluorescent. It was from a shop on Etsy. This little statement on the back you can take a picture of and read. It came in a tuck box. And the card size is a little bit unusual. I like it. They're sort of like large playing cards. Here you can see the difference between a tarot size or average tarot. They're a little wider than an average tarot. And about a ½ an inch shorter. I got a different setup from my camera today, so hopefully these are a little brighter than usual. But we also have some shadow issues and some closeness issues. But the closer the better for these cards, because there's a lot going on detail-wise in them. And I'm hoping the camera will pick that all up. These 78 tarot cards were all hand-painted cards from acrylic paints. And in many, you can actually even see the texture of the canvas they were painted on. I'm gonna flip through them. Oh, these are the backs. Now, it's sort of a pip deck, but there are sort of nods to the Rider-Waite-Smith system, if you can find them. The Emperor. I do have them in order if you want to follow along. I think you'll be able to read the labels. The Hierophant, and we've got the keys down here. The Lovers. There are no figures per se in this deck. Actually, I think there are 3 figure cards, but they're not specific as to race or gender. Here we have 2 profiles, or I should say silhouettes in profile for the Lovers. Chariot. Strength. We've got the Lion here. The Hermit, and you have the Lantern. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. You've got the Scales. The Hanged Man. There's another silhouette. Death. Temperance. You have the two cups right on the edge of the border, and that transfer. The Devil. Just curious. Oh, this could be reversible. That could be a mouth. I don't think it was intended to be reversible, but I could be wrong. The Tower. The Star. And I'm hoping this camera is usually better at detail. I'm hoping it's picking up detail because there's a lot more detail in here than originally meets the eye at a glance or at a distance. If you zoom in close, there is more than just splashes of bright color. There are lots of little, what look like sigils or ornamentations in the finer areas of the cards. The Sun. Judgment. The World. Now the suits. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. There's a lot of colorful magic in these cards. Four of Wands. Gee, I'd love to have a wand like any of these. Five of Wands. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. I really should do a side-by-side of this deck with the RWS so you can see or pick out elements that correspond. When looking at these, my first time through, first glance, I paused longer on each card to see what elements might be in common from the RWS, because it's not strictly speaking a pip deck. There are little references in there. Page of Wands. Knight. Queen. King. Ace of Cups, with the cups overflowing. This very liquid energy pattern there. Two. Three of Cups. Four. I love this action with the Four of Cups. Five. 6, 7, If this isn't the most colorful tarot deck you've ever seen, I'd be curious to know of another. I wasn't sure how I felt about the borders at first. I think I like the borders better on the back. They're a little bit thinner, the black borders, and I'm glad they chose black borders instead of white ones. But I think you might need the heavier black border for the label and also to kind of like constrain some of the light energy, which otherwise might just run rampant off the edge of the card. Ace of Swords, 2, 3, 4. Now this one, it's funny, it felt less detailed, and then I realized this is purposely trying to emulate the stained glass window effect in the Four of Swords RWS card. So that's really clever. Nine of Swords. You have them all on the wall above the bed in the Nightmare RWS card. Here they're in the same position. I love that he uses so many rainbow palettes or different auras. Oh, and I love this card too, the Ten of Swords. They've included 10 different kinds of swords and a little watch here and what seems to be like sort of a time wheel and constellations or something, as if to say that you have various different battles to go through up to the number 10, but it's all cyclical and goes around again. I think that's a really cool Ten of Swords card. And I like in this Knight of Swords, well, there's a few cards that seem to have little interlocking gears. In this one, this almost looks like a military tank moving forward than the usual horse. But that's sort of interesting, I think. You can spend a lot of time looking at these cards, a lot more than I'm giving you here. Here we have the Ace of Coins. Three of Coins, you can see that typical archway for the collaboration in the RWS card, building the abbey or the chapel. Again, we have a more simplified color scheme, or not color scheme, but pattern or design, to sort of emulate again the stained glass window outside the church in the usual 5 of coins. And 8 of coins, you've got that stack of built coins or worked on coins by the laborer. Here you have an almost Candyland or Oz-like feel to this card. You've got rainbows, you've got a little tower, a clock tower, garden wall, you've got buildings, and just lots of color. And the King of Coins. I hope you enjoyed that. This came with a little card. This is the Spectrowhirl Tarot. Doesn't come with a guidebook, but you can download a PDF version, I believe, for free if you go to his website, the etsy.com/shop/Spectrowhirl is the my glasses are not good. You have spectrowhirl@gmail.com if you want to write. Oh, and here we go, spectrowhirl.com. That's the website where you can get the guide. And he's also apparently on Facebook. Is that Instagram, Twitter, and is that TikTok? I don't know. But these are really nice cards. I really like them a lot. Might as well read this since we've got a little extra time and my camera hasn't shut off on me. This tarot deck contains a kaleidoscopic collision of light, color, and whimsy. Every card is hand-printed on canvas with vibrant acrylics, creating 78 unique rainbow dreamscapes. A reading with Spectrowhirl Tarot provides an entirely immersive artistic experience, guiding you on a brief adventure through surreal, celestial wonderlands to bring you peace, clarity, and joy. I'm hoping to be able to get Benjamin to come on my channel so I can interview him about this deck and ask some questions. You'll notice that he has a number of other things on his website as well, or I don't remember if it's the website or Etsy, but he actually has for sale some of the original canvas artwork from these cards. And it's at extremely affordable prices. I mean, I saw original canvases of some of these cards going from $50 to $75, which is as cheap or cheaper than some indie tarot decks that are reproduced. And this is the original art. Can you imagine what it would have been like if you, back in the day, could have gone on a website and bought original of Pamela Coleman Smith art for her deck? I just am amazed that these paintings are as affordable as they are, and the deck itself's not that expensive either, considering all the work involved. I mean, this is no slight to other decks that have original art on them, but there is so much attention and detail in these cards. Yes, they look abstract, but there is a lot of detail in here. So I hope you'll check these out. I hope you'll visit his website and his Etsy shop and make a purchase. Support this artist. I believe he lives in Nebraska, and I don't know anybody in Nebraska. It's a very, very interesting collection of paintings, and not one that I normally would be drawn to, I don't think, because of the more abstract nature of it. Even if you find that you don't read with these cards, it's a beautiful collection of art card images. But I think you're going to find that it will be very easy to read with. Even if you might have some trouble in the pip-like arrangement of the cards, you still have the labels on the cards. But I think there's enough of a hint in these images that you won't even need those labels to identify the cards and read with them. Anyway, this deck is a joy to behold, and I am really glad to have it in my collection. I'm grateful that he took the time to create this deck and make it available to all of us. So, for Toadstool Tarot, Robin here, your card curmudgeon, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for stopping by and spending time with me.